I was stripped away of everything when I had to choose between my faith and my passion. In that moment is when my faith actually kicked in. You know, I would say up until this decision I had to make with FIBA, everything was smooth. You know, everything in life was kind of like I was blessed with this talent. I was able to get a full scholarship to university. I was able to play and do well. I was able to represent my faith. And then when it got taken away is when my faith actually was tested. So I'd like to say that in that moment is when I learned the importance of being a Muslim and understanding what my faith really meant and understanding how things work in God's timing and not in ours. So I actually stopped playing. Okay. My career came to an absolute halt. There was no basketball for me after my senior season in NCAA. And so I ended up choosing to go back to school to finish my graduate degree. I became, they call it a graduate assistant for the team that I did play for prior to. And I mean, I was still training and working out in hopes and praying that I would be able to play, that this FIBA rule would just magically disappear. But it ended up being a 4-year wait. Really was like, you know what, if I wanted to do this, I physically could, you know? But again, life had changed. I was doing the public speaking. I started to train and coach young girls. And it was just like, I had opportunities to play. I was presented with contracts and things of that sort. But it was like, mentally, am I ready to jump back into 6 a.m. workouts, 2-a-days, weights, practices? And that takes a certain type of mental state, honestly. And I felt like I was getting enough gratification and contentment with the speaking and the teaching young girls and kind of passing it down versus me hitting threes or crossing people over or getting steals. You know, it was just like I did that part. I proved that I could play there, and let's try to give back in a way. But stories like Batuli, stories or just profiles that I see on social media of young Muslim girls playing basketball remind me why I did what I did. And I had to make a conscious decision back then in those moments to actually push forward with trying to remove this rule that FIBA had in place, because there were times where I was like, forget it. If I can't play, then, you know, it was a selfish thought, like, I'm gonna figure it out, I'll do something else. But something in me was like, there are gonna be other girls eventually who are gonna make it to this level and are gonna be good enough to play and are going to be wearing their hijab and practicing their faith. Who is gonna remove that? You know, who else has this opportunity to potentially help move this barrier out of the way? And so I realize that now. I see the fruits. I do see the fruits, but sometimes, I mean, I'll sit and think like, man, I wish I could play right now, you know? But I'm grateful that Muslim women like Batuli are having these opportunities, and it's good, and it is a feel-good moment when somebody says it's because of you I can play. So I do take pride in that. And again, you know, you have your thoughts and your wishes, but this is the plan, and I see the beauty of it now, though.